Hello everybody, Aaron the Nintintrovert here. Welcome back to the channel. We're picking things up right where we left off. As you may know, at the end of the last episode, I accidentally started the next world a little bit early. I didn't mean to do that, but you know, it is what it is. So we're just going to keep going from where we left off. We are in Meringue clouds. No, I know that's not how it's pronounced. It's meringue. Before anyone actuallys me in the comments, it's kind of got a pretty background. I like the different, you know, colorful mountains and stuff. You know, again, this game's maybe not like the most beautiful game you've ever seen in your entire life, but you know, it's aesthetically pleasing. Sounds like such a backhanded compliment to say about graphic. What do you think about the graphics in this game? Oh, they're you know, they're aesthetically pleasing. It's like, I don't know, that doesn't sound too confident. Oh Lord. Okay, I don't know if we're gonna be able to get this coin that we're missing. I could if I can get some lucky RNG here where these plants aren't coming out. But okay, yeah, well that didn't work out for us too well. We need to go into that red pipe. Alright, well, whatever. We're dead, but that's okay. Just try it again. We got it. We can do it. Land of flying blocks. Sure, why not? Who needs the land of milk and honey when you got the land of flying blocks? But, yeah, I'd intended to switch my character. We'll just, after we finish this level, I'll switch and be, maybe go back to Mario, or we could get Luigi. I don't know. We could get Luigi. We could do Luigi for World 7, and then we could use Mario on World 8 when we, you know, are ready to fight Bowser. Spoilers, we fight Bowser in this game, guys, by the way. I know that might come as a bit of a shock to some of you. Or no, I did do that last time, didn't I? No, I didn't. I guess those coins are just really close to each other. Okay. Oh, alright. Okay, so we got the first one. Now how are we going to get the second one here? That's the $1,568,238 question. I like that. Well, that's pretty easy. Oh no, my acorn. Ah, nuts. Alright. Last episode we got a little heavy talking about very serious topics, but you know, video games and frankly YouTube, or at least the kind of content I like to watch on YouTube, it's supposed to be an escape more than anything. So we're gonna try not to get too heavy again, at least not for a while. Not for this episode. We're gonna keep things lighthearted and family friendly and happy-go-lucky, because that's the thing too. I do want this channel to be, you know, kid-friendly for the most part. Occasionally I'll kind of like work in a raunchy joke here and there. I don't do any swearing though, and I try not to get too explicit, but you know, it's something, it's kind of hard to find that balance of like wanting your content to be funny and engaging and entertaining to people, right, but then also wanting it to be, you know, not vulgar, because, you know, let's face it, dirty jokes, it's a very low-hanging fruit. You know, if you can't think of anything else funny to say, you know, you can always fall back on a raunchy joke. You know, just because a joke's easy, that doesn't mean it's necessarily good, you know. So again, that's why it's called low-hanging fruit, you know. So, I don't know. Hopefully I'll learn as time goes on with this channel how to be funny without having to rely on innuendos. But so I do want to target a age-appropriate audience for this channel. No, I don't want, you know, just kids, but, you know, anybody who wants to watch the channel. Parents who watch the channel with their kids, that would be wholesome. I would love that. I've seen other YouTubers that's like, oh, I forgot to switch characters. It's like, oh yeah, I watch you all the time with my son. It's like a family thing, me and my wife and kid. I would love to have that, man. That would touch me more than like getting 1 million subscribers or anything like that. Just knowing there's like one person out there who like makes it a family thing to like sit down and watch my videos with like the wife and the kids, like that. That would mean so much to me. Maybe that'll happen someday. Maybe it's already happened. I doubt it though. I doubt that with my like little over 100 subscribers, but that would tickle me. So yeah, I don't want to, because like when we talk about heavy stuff, and I try to use kind of vague terms somewhat in discussing what the tragedy that we were talking about, because I don't want that to be a source of secondhand trauma for if there is any younger people watching my videos, because kids shouldn't have to Yoshi, no. It was either him or the class. Oh well, it's okay. He's like a phoenix. He's like the phoenix on Harry Potter that just like dies and then immediately is like reborn from the ashes like 2 seconds later. I don't know why that was so amusing to me. But anyway. Oh man. I want to hit this guy. These guys are called fuzzies, which is a very uncreative name. Let's just be for real. Woo. Oh no. Well, that didn't work out at all. Alright, let's try that again. But, so, I don't know. Sometimes I might get a little political on the channel, or we might talk on heavy subjects, but, I want to be mindful on just how much I lean into that thing, because I don't want it to be... I want the channel to be fun, I want it to be an escape, and even if I am talking politics, I have a high tolerance threshold for other people's opinions, so I'm not, I said that in the last episode, but truly, there's some YouTubers I watch, and I might watch them until the day I die, I don't know, but I'll never feel like a part of their community, because I know that these people whose content I love watching, if they knew my beliefs on certain things, would probably hate me, which, that's never a fun feeling, but I don't want to make anybody ever feel like that. Like, truly, like, this is a safe space for all opinions, unless you're just, like, vehemently, racist or sick, and, like, words like racism and stuff get thrown around a lot, where it, like, loses all of its meaning. Like, I'm not going to sit and say, like, if you have conservative views, that automatically makes you a Nazi, because it doesn't. Just like having liberal views doesn't inherently make you a communist. But now if you're just like straight up just like saying something anti-Semitic, like you hate, Jews or something, then I'm not gonna stand for that, But like, unless you're like literally an actual textbook definition Nazi or racist who wants to bring back like Jim Crow or something, then like, I'm pretty open-minded when it comes to people's opinions, we don't tolerate racism or none of that here, but not like the, extreme all-encompassing definition that some people have for racism, that just, where it makes the word lose its whole meaning, so... This channel is just supposed to be a happy place. I want to be, my goal in life, my dream, I want to be the Bob Ross, or the Mr. Rogers, or the Steve Irwin, or for you hardcore Nintendo fans, the Satoru Iwata of YouTubers. I want to be just a wholesome influencer. Like, I hate even terms like, influencer, like social media influencer, or like, whatever, that's what people will call YouTubers, because it's like, at the end of the day, it's like, YouTubers like me, which I can't even really speak on that too much, because like, I've hardly a YouTube. I've got like 100 subscribers at the time of making this video, 105, which I'm very thankful for those that I do have, but like, I hesitate to call myself a YouTuber if I'm not making money off of it yet. It's not a career at this point, it's just really a hobby more than anything at this point in my life. I'd love for it to be something more, substantial than that, but, even if I had 1 million followers, like, I feel like influencer, like, I mean, everything is an influence, And it's like, yeah, you have a large audience or what you might call a platform, but it's like you'll have people say like, oh, we need to cancel such and such, you know, because their platform is just so toxic and it's so whatever. It's like, you know, people have free will, and just because I have an opinion on something or another YouTuber has an opinion on something, like, you know, other people are free to think what they want, and like you can't, you know, fault anybody for voicing what they believe strongly, and other people who consume their content probably already felt that way and weren't necessarily quote-unquote influenced by the influencer. You know, does that make sense? I don't know. It makes sense in my head, but I don't know how well I'm articulating it. Yeah, I mean, everything is an influence. You know, your mom and dad are influencers in your life. You know, your pastor, your teacher, your what, like, you know. I don't know. I think we put too much importance in that. But if you do want to call me or consider me an influencer, or if I can ever get influencer status, whatever that means, that's the only influence I want to have. I'm not interested in influencing anybody to think like me politically, because really, I don't, you know, what you believe is what you believe. More than trying to change people's minds, I just want people to understand each other a little bit better across the aisle, and just dial down the tensions that we have, you know, on both sides, and just get people to understand each other a little bit better. To get people to say, hey, you know, I don't agree with what you have to say, but you, because I've had a lot of people tell me this, I don't agree with your political opinions, and I probably never will, but you articulated that in a way that I've never heard anybody else word their side of the argument as well as you have, and also in a way that was respectful and didn't feel like a personal attack on me. And so even if I don't agree with what you're saying, I've learned to respect people who think like you more than I did before, because that's all I really want, you know. You're always gonna have people with different opinions, and that's just life, you know. That's part of what diversity is, you know. We talk about being a diverse society, you know, a melting pot of, you know, cultures, ethnicities, religions, but that also just expands to ideas, you know. It's okay that, you know, if you live geographically in one place, you know, the South or where, then you might be more inclined to be conservative. If you're from somewhere more rural, if you're from, you know, a large city, then there's going to be more of an inclination for you to be liberal, because it's just a different set of circumstances, you know, just different ways of life. And mine doesn't inherently have to invalidate yours, and yours doesn't have to invalidate mine. You know, like after this most recent election, you got people talking about wanting to, or, you know, not wanting to associate with friends and family anymore and cutting ties. Like, well, I can't have Thanksgiving with them, you know, after, you know, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, that's the only influence I want to have. If you call me an influence, I want to be a wholesome influence. I want to be an influence that promotes tolerance and mutual respect, and I want to be the kind of influence that brings people together on Thanksgiving instead of, you know, having to have two separate family Thanksgiving dinners because half of the family doesn't want anything to do with the other half because of who they voted for, because I just think that's sad and kind of, I don't know. But yeah, that's what I believe in. But I'm doing it. I said we weren't going to get serious. We're not necessarily getting like dark on this one and depressing. It's more of an uplifting perspective, I guess. But it's still kind of, it's still serious. We're playing Mario. So why would I get serious playing Mario? My God, that's a giant flaming hot Cheeto. Sucker. You thought it was gonna burn me, didn't you? Thought I was gonna mess around and get burned. I like playing with fire. Okay, I'm gonna try my best for the rest of the video. Go back to just being silly, nothing serious, nothing existential, political. Just gonna talk about, I don't know, what do you guys want to talk about? Talk about cheese? Comment down below what's your top 3 cheeses. Mozzarella. Mozzarella would be my number 1. Then what? I don't know, cheddar, I guess. Pretty good. Provolone. American cheese. I don't know. I don't really like Parmesan. Parmesan smells like freshly clipped toenails. Had a guy one time I made that point, and he was like, "How do you know what freshly clipped toenails smell like?" I was like, "Bro, you never like just smelled your hand after you cut the nails, and then you gotta scoop them up and throw them in the garbage, and then you." Maybe that's TMI. Maybe I'm just a freak. I don't know. I feel like I would think most people have, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just. Oh, that was nice. That was a nice little double kill there. Good job, Toad. Look at him, he's so stupid. Alright, let's switch characters. I'm going to say it a few times so I don't forget, because I keep thinking it. Okay, switch characters, 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 switch characters. Okay, we're doing it. We're switching characters. Going to the menu. Change character. Alright. We could show off Toadette so you can see what the ability. I don't really want to do Nabbit because Nabbit makes it where you can't take damage at all, and that's just way too overpowered. I could use Toadette for like 1 or 2 levels. I don't know. Let's just, for now, let's just switch back to Luigi, because we're on a ghost level, so it'll be thematically appropriate. Meringue Clouds, Spinning Spirit House. Let's do it. So wait, is the house spinning or the spirit spinning? You can't say spinning spirit house. That's hard to say. And not clarify, you know. Okay, so that was a fake door. I'm assuming this level has a secret exit, because typically the ghost houses always do. This is kind of an annoying one. It's like kind of like that other one we did, where it's like just this long auto-scrolling, just waiting. Like, this isn't fun. I'm just waiting, and we're waiting, and we're waiting, and we're waiting. Ooh. I feel like if you wait really long, I feel like it starts going back. Yeah, it starts going back the other way. We won't do it now, but I want to say maybe if you go back the other way, it takes you to like a secret thing or something. I don't know. So maybe that's where the secret exit is, maybe not. We'll find out later, I guess. Okay, nothing there. That's the one we came in through, right? Yeah, okay. No, we came in through that one, I guess. Okay, so it's none of them. I kind of want to check this one, just to see, make sure we're not missing like a star coin or something. Oh, it's these guys, bruisers. That's what these enemies are called. I'd say there's probably a star coin here somewhere, if I had to take a guess. I'm not a gambling man, but if I were. I only went gambling like one time. It was kind of fun. Just like I only spent like maybe $20 or something at the casino. When I was on a cruise with my brother. I wouldn't feel comfortable about gambling, like, you know, I might have bought a lottery ticket a time or two. I don't really, you know, when I was younger I would have not really felt okay with it, but I don't really feel conviction about that anymore like I would have, you know, because some people don't think like you should gamble at all. you know, for religious reasons or whatever else. To me, I wouldn't want to directly take somebody else's money. You know, if it's something like a lottery ticket, it's like everybody antes up, you know, $5, however much a lottery ticket is, and I guess some people could put in more than others, but it's, you know, kind of anonymous, and it all, you know, and it kind of helps the community, you know, because they, you know, I guess support your local government or whatever. I don't know what they do with their lottery earnings that don't, you know, because I imagine they keep a portion and don't give all of it away. But I wouldn't feel comfortable, like, you know, playing poker with somebody and like we're betting like $100 each. Like, I don't want to take anybody's money, you know what I mean? And I know it's like everybody's consenting to play together, but like I would still just feel bad about that. I wouldn't, you know, I wouldn't want to take anybody's money directly, but I feel like if you're just, I don't know, buy a $5 lottery ticket, or you do a slot machine or something, then, like, you know, as long as you don't, you know, because anything can become an addiction if you're not careful, and that's where I would err on the side of caution, you know, but, well, we're not getting up there. Alright, that's that. Yeah, again, always, the secret exit's always foggy. It never fails, every single time. But yeah, let's do that one again, try to get what we're missing. Hopefully it'll go smoothly. But yeah. And not to, you know, condemn anybody if you do, you know, gamble with your friends or whoever over a game of poker. I mean, that's your prerogative. I would just feel kind of bad about it, you know. There's our boy Nabbit. Dag Nabbit. You know what? I don't want to use him on like a straight up regular level, but we'll switch to Nabbit just for this one, just so you can see, dear viewers at home, what it's like if you've not played this game. We'll get some hot Nabbit on Nabbit action. That's what we signed up for here at Nintintrovert. Wait, is he not here? I don't think he showed up, did he? Does he not show up if I'm Nabbit? That's pretty funny if not. I think he left. He's not on the map anymore. Okay, well, scratch that. Sorry, guys. You got to see Nabbit for about 5 seconds, but I guess we're switching back to Luigi until he shows up again. I guess you can't do that with Nabbit. Huh. And this game is rated E for everyone, so I guess, yeah, any sort of hot Nabbit on Nabbit action was out of the question. Nintendo didn't want to get scolded by the ESRB, I guess, which is understandable. Anyway, what were we talking about before that? I don't know. I was talking something about something. Oh yeah, I was talking about gambling. I don't think I really have anything else to say about that. I think that's more or less the end of that conversation. Could talk about last episode. I was talking about just all the wasted potential with amiibos, which Nintendo's made a lot of them. I mean, they've got like I own over 100 amiibos, and there's a lot that I don't have. So there's probably like, I probably don't even own. I might own half of them. So there's probably over 200 amiibo. I'm not 100% sure. Amiibo is the plural. I say amiibos because it just sounds kind of stupid if you say amiibo. But the plural for amiibo is amiibo. Anybody watching, if you don't know what those are, it's just these little Nintendo figurines that you can get of a bunch of different characters. They got Mario ones, they got Zelda ones, they got... so there are a lot of different characters represented, but I think they could do more. Yeah, I don't know, like I'd love to see... I mentioned last episode some Mario ones I'd love to see. As far as Zelda ones... One of my favorite, probably my favorite Zelda character, and this is kind of a random obscure one, and it's funny because Majora's Mask is probably like my least favorite 3D Zelda game. Although, if I'll be honest, opening a can of worms here, I did not really care for Tears of the Kingdom. And Skyward Sword's kind of middle, and those three are kind of the, you know, my lesser favorite. Ah, God, there's a train passing. There's always trains coming by when I'm recording these videos. Whatever, we'll just have to deal with it. Yeah, Majora's Mask is not one of my favorite Zelda games, but in spite of that, I love the Happy Mask Salesman. He's so like creepy, and it's kind of ambiguous, like his affiliation. It's like, is he good? Is he evil? Is he just kind of an, I guess what you'd call an anti-hero? Because it's like, you know, he's creepy. You know, he seems to be. I hate these freaking trains. What happens when you live in Cole County, USA? Whoop whoop. Chugga chugga, boys. Anyway. Hopefully he won't honk too much more. But, yeah, I love the Happy Mask Salesman. Just such a creepy character. I love eccentric characters like that, whose motivations are kind of unclear and are just weird. Because it's like, he seems to be innocent, like he really does just seem to want the mask back to just, you know, protect it and keep it safe from people like Skull Kid, you know, who would harness its power for evil. Well, really, I guess Skull Kid was more kind of a victim than anything. It kind of possessed him, really. But despite that, like, Link is a child. He's like, what? How old even is Link? Like 10? I think Link is like 10 in Majora's Mask. He like manhandles Link when he realizes that Link didn't get the mask back, which it's like he's, you know, worried for the state of the world, that the world's gonna end, but still he picks up a child. He's like shaking him around. Like, you don't do that, not if you're a good person. So like the Happy Mask Salesman is so ambiguous, like his character, his morals, his ethics. He's very unsettling, but I love that about him. I'd love for them if they made a Zelda movie. Maybe that would kind of ruin it. I don't know. Nintendo might not like that, but kind of if they ever went into his backstory, like I feel like he could have a tragic backstory. Like, I don't know. I'd like to see that fleshed out. I think could be neat. But yeah, make an amiibo of the Happy Mask Salesman. Let me pay attention here. Okay, I think we just need to go up, and then Luigi's gonna follow the path and cross at the intersections here. Hey, there we go. But yeah, also from Majora's Mask, you have Skull Kid. Skull Kid would be a pretty cool amiibo. I'm not like the biggest Skull Kid fan. There's a lot of people I know that wanted Skull Kid in Smash Brothers. I kind of like whatever. I'm not going to be like mad if Skull Kid gets in, but you know, there's other Zelda characters I'd rather see get in Smash Brothers. Like Midna. I think Midna's awesome. She kind of already has an amiibo with like Wolf Link. She's riding on the back of it. They could do Zant from Twilight Princess. He's maybe not the most interesting one, but they could do Impa. She's, you know, probably the most recurring Zelda character right after, you know, Link, Zelda, and Ganondorf, like after that trifecta. We could do Beetle. He shows up in a lot of games. Tingle. Tingle's been absent for a long time. I don't think he's been in a game since, like, the Hyrule Warriors DLC from like 2015, so that's probably been what, like 10 years almost, and even then Nintendo wasn't using it much because a lot of people just made up their mind that Tingle was like creepy and like I guess gives off like Predator vibes to them or something. I'm not sure. I don't know why they're disrespecting my boy Tingle like that. Like, he's weird, but he's not gonna hurt nobody. You know, I could see Tingle being the type of person who would join like a incel forum and like, you know, get really deep into that whole manosphere or whatever. I could see that. I could see Tingle having some screws loose. But the evidence, he's not done anything. You know, innocent until proven guilty. And Tingle, as far as I can tell, there's no condemning evidence. Tingle, he's fine. He's not giving me any reason other than just him being a weird little dude who looks kind of strange. But that's not reason enough to judge somebody. So I don't know. I like Tingle. I want to see him put. I'm not gonna say he's like my favorite character. He's no Waluigi. Oh, we can go down here. I didn't see. Somehow I missed that cloud down here that was kind of hiding in the fog, which I feel like is kind of obvious in retrospect. I don't know how I didn't see it, but I want to rub up against this wall here because something seems a little suspicious about it. Oh God, Luigi, no. Oh, Luigi, the wall failed me. The wall failed me. The wall failed me. Now I know how Trump feels. Alright, well, let's get back into it and try that again. Yeah, they could do an amiibo for Tetra. That'd be a cool amiibo from Wind Waker. Medley. I don't know if I'm necessarily dying for a Medley amiibo, but I mean, you know, I'd probably buy it. Who else would be a good Zelda character? I'm trying to think of other characters beyond Zelda as well. Because last time I named like some Mario characters and like Donkey Kong and stuff. I think. Gosh, I had it and then I lost it. Kid Icarus Uprising is my favorite 3DS game. I love that game so much. If you haven't played it, do yourself a favor if you have a 3DS and play it. I'm hoping that Nintendo is maybe working on a remake or a remaster of that game for Switch because it's just so good. And that game's got a lot of great characters. And my favorite character in the game is Hades, because the game's based on like Greek mythology and you know all that fun stuff. So I would love to see Hades get an amiibo. I think that would be sick. Hades has such a bad A design. I love Hades' character design. It's my favorite depiction of Hades. I like it way better than like Disney's Hercules version of Hades. It's just a super intimidating villain, but he's also like, weirdly enough, the comic relief at the same time. I feel like there's like a vine in one of these, and it's kind of annoying and going to be frustrating where I'm small trying to hit them all because I can't break them, so it makes it harder to tell which ones I have and haven't hit. Yeah, Hades, like he acts like it's all just kind of a big game to him, you know, like he's the big bad, and like he's a serious threat, like he is genuinely frightening, but he's also just kind of a troll at the same time, you know. He's just vibing. Kind of like Bill Cipher, I guess, a little bit from Gravity Falls, if you watch that, where it's like he's menacing, he's all powerful, but he's also just a game to him. He's just having fun being evil. So I'd love an amiibo figure of him. What other Nintendo franchises? There's Kirby. There's probably quite a bit they could do there. They could do like some of the villains like Marx and Magalore, Galacta Knight. In fact, there's a lot of potential for Kirby characters. There's Suzy, Taranza. If you've not played Kirby, these names mean absolutely nothing to you. But Adeline. And you've got Metroid. Metroid's got a handful of amiibo figures. Metroid doesn't have like a super deep pool of characters to pull from. But they could do, what was his name? Was it like Razorbeak or something like that from Metroid Dread? I forget exactly. Or like Black Beak. I forget what his name was. But like the Chozo villain guy. That'd be pretty cool. They could make an amiibo of him. They could do Silex, I think is the name of that villain, who's I guess going to be the main focus of Metroid Prime 4. They could do one of him. Beyond that, I don't know. They could do Kraid, I guess. That would be like a really massive amiibo, but they could do it if they really wanted to. It'd be pretty cool looking, I guess. They've got a few third-party ones. I feel like there's maybe somewhat of a missed opportunity there. So I think Kit and Krista recently in a podcast talked about how when they made Amiibos, I guess there was a lot of third parties that reached out to Nintendo and they declined a lot of them for whatever reason. But like, I think there could have been so much potential there. They did a couple, like with I think Dark Souls got an Amiibo, and then like Shovel Knight got multiple Amiibos. But like, there's so much more you could do there. You know, they had like an official Crash Bandicoot or Spyro Amiibo, and you do have third-party Amiibos for characters that get into Smash Brothers. But for the most part, it's not. Let's see. I need to go. Which way now? I'm confused here. Let's try this again. I need the bottom path. Okay. Yeah, we'll just go all bottom. We are gonna have to fight this Fuzzy though, but that's okay. A Rayman Amiibo, that'd be sick. Hopefully these characters will get into Smash Brothers someday and we can get an Amiibo that way. But like Shantae, that's another like indie game, kind of like Shovel Knight character a lot of people wanted in Smash Brothers. Her Amiibo would look sick. I'm not the biggest fan of the Shantae games, mostly because I don't really like Metroidvanias that much, because they confuse and frustrate me. But I love Shantae's character design. I think she looks awesome. You know, it's cool to have kind of an Arabian character, you know.
Here we go.
Cultural representation. There's a forced way and there's an authentic way to do representation. And for a character like Shantae, I think that's just a very natural, authentic way, you know? It's like you can tell, like, the people who make the Shantae games really love Shantae and are passionate about the character in that world that's heavily inspired by, you know, Arabian culture and stuff, as opposed to, like, you know, a lot of times, and I've ranted on this before, but a lot of times it just feels like, you know, a corporate executive was looking at a spreadsheet and it was just like, oh, we need to, you know, we need to appeal to this demographic. It just feels so disingenuous. But Shantae, awesome character design. Love the way she looks. Even if I'm not the biggest fan of the games, just personal opinions on that particular genre of game. But Shantae herself, pretty cool. I'd buy an Amiibo. I'd put it on my shelf, even if it might make people ask questions about me. It's like, no, I'm not a weeb. No, I don't have a Hatsune Miku body pillow in the closet. Thank you very much. I don't know what's going on with these floating anti-gravity bubbles. Nintendo does that in a lot of their games. It just defies all logic. But, you know, sometimes they try to make it make sense, but more often than not, it's just kind of, there's just some floating bubbles. Kirby does it. I think when we played Kirby's Return to Dreamland on the channel, I think that game does it. Go watch that playthrough if you haven't already, if you want to, because that one didn't really get a whole lot of views, that series, which was a little underwhelming. Tears of the Kingdom kind of does something like that, but in that game, at least, it makes kind of more sense, because it's like you're up in like low gravity, because like you can just like build rocket ships and go so far away from the planet's atmosphere that everything gets all low gravity, so you can kind of, you know, get into these floating bubbles and swim inside of them. So there, it kind of makes more sense. Yeah, I don't know. Nintendo, they do that in a lot of their games. They like their floating bubbles now. Nintendo has a fetish for floating bubbles. Understandable. I'm looking at my Amiibo show. I'm trying to think who else, like what other franchise. There could be some more Pikmin ones. They've got Olimar, and then there's one of like just a bunch of Pikmin just standing around like a rock or something. I don't have that one. They could definitely do more. Look at these little guys. I don't know if they appear in any other Mario games. I don't really recall if they do. They might have been in the Wii one, but other than that. Yeah, they could do like the different captains from Pikmin 3. Had like Alf, Brittany, and Charlie. That's a game I want to play on this channel soon. Pikmin 3 is probably my favorite Pikmin game. It was the first one I ever played. It's also a pretty short game, so we could blow through that pretty quickly on the channel. Whereas Pikmin 4, you know, that's a fun game. I'd like to play it on the channel at some point. But that game, especially if you're going to 100% it, to 100% it, it's like a 40-hour long game, which is kind of crazy for a Pikmin single player, because they're usually very short. But yeah, Pikmin 3, I think you can beat that game maybe in like 5 hours or something if you're not going for 100%. And even if you do 100% it, it's really not that long. Yeah, I definitely want to play that one on the channel at some point. Oh yeah, Louie from Pikmin 2, and really I guess all the subsequent Pikmin games after 2. I could make an amiibo with him. I'd love a Miss Pac-Man, but for a lot of copyright reasons, that's probably not going to happen. I don't know. I'd take anything, Nintendo. I just like buying amiibos and collecting them, putting them on the shelf. It's a conversation starter, even though I'm an introvert and also an antisocial shut-in who never invites anybody over. But, you know, if I did invite them over, then they would maybe be a conversation starter. I wouldn't know, but, you know. A man can dream, can he? Fantasize about all the relationships that he doesn't have. He's never going to have. Oh, alright. Let's see. Acorns. Green acorns is the place to be. Look it up on YouTube. There's a video, whether you love or hate Trump, I don't care. There's a video, it's from like 2005, at like some award show. I don't know if it was Emmys or what it was, but they had Trump, and he had like a freaking, looking like that American Gothic painting or whatever, where he had like the pitchfork, he had like the straw hat on, I think, singing Green Acres. I first saw it, my gut reaction was, this is a deep fake. This is AI. It's not AI generated. That really, there's some weird Trump videos out there. There's one of him doing some kind of skit. I don't know if it's like on Saturday Night Live, promoting like chicken wings, and it's like all these people in like full chicken suits that are like dancing around it. Like, there's some way he made the cameo in Home Alone 2, of course. Probably about everybody knows about that one, but he was in the Little Rascals movie. He was on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. You'd never see that today. Like, that just seems like a whole other world, you know, just having Donald Trump on a show about African American culture and their struggles, and talking about things like police brutality and stuff like that. They wouldn't want Trump on a show like that in 2024. So it's just kind of crazy how times change when you think about it. The fact that every one of these black characters on the show liked Trump, you know, just night and day to the world we live in today. There's that Sledge brother that I thought was a sumo bro. Oh no. I don't even know how I died there when I had my suit. That was the second one, so we missed the first one apparently. Where was that at? I don't know. We'll just have to look for it. Ludwig's Clockwork Castle. Could have made it more clockworky. I mean, you got a lot of gears and moving parts here, but actually make it like in a big clock. That would have been cool. Why didn't you do it, Nintendo? You had the opportunity to do something cool. And what did you do? Well, I don't know what you did, but it wasn't that. I don't know, this level aesthetically, it's alright. It's kind of, again, it's a different sort of castle level, because you got the background, you can like just see through the cloud. Distracted by the background. But I like how it's not always the same backdrop every time for the castle levels. It's kind of nice, I guess. But all right, let's try this again. Ludwig's Clockwork Castle. Let's do it. Third time's the charm. We got it this time. Da da dee da dee da doo. do dee dee da. We sure got a lot of lives very quickly with Yellow Toad, but we're not having the same luck with Luigi here. We've been kind of stuck at this point for a while. I think we started at like around 70, so we've maybe gained around 10 lives, but it's really not that many considering we've played most of this world with Luigi. We had probably like 50 lives with Toad, like after just a few levels in World 4. So they kind of throw a lot of opportunities to get lives at you in that world, but no, that would have been World 5 actually, not World 4. The flower almost got crushed. I would have been devastated. Some might say it would have been crushed. Okay, let's try not to mess this up this time. Who wants a freeze-dried fatty? Oh no, I did the same thing again. Gosh dang it. Is there a checkpoint nearby? And if so, can I... Yeah, okay, let's just get this. And then we'll die. And then we'll do that again. See, I kept expecting it to just like land on the moving thing and stay there and not get pushed in front of it. But that didn't work out too well for us. Could use one of these, but nah. I'm gonna hold off for the time being. That startled me for some reason. I didn't expect to fall through the ground. Let's get this item first. Okay, now let's go back and get between the legs. Got it. Alright. Trying to grab these if we can. Oh, he shocked me. I can't move. Dum da da dee 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 dum. Yeah, the castle music's very foreboding. I like it. I think probably I like the New Super Mario Bros. DS castle music the best, I would say. Probably shouldn't have killed that dry bones or whatever. Now we're gonna have a harder time getting up here. Maybe this isn't where the thing is, but oh, there we go. That worked out. Nice. Okay, good. Yeah, this is probably where the last star coin is. Hopefully it won't get pushed off. Is it just gonna be coins? Because that's not what I want. That's not what I wanted. That's not what I wanted out of life. Serving as your foe on his behalf is the last thing that I wanted. Thus saith the Lord, thus saith the Lord. If y'all watched The Prince of Egypt, that's like my favorite animated movie of all time. I adore that movie. Please do yourself a favor and watch it if you haven't seen it. Even if you're not religious, I think you can really appreciate that movie from a secular point of view. I'm a person of faith, but it's just a legit good movie, regardless of what your religious beliefs are. And the part where that song kicks in, where Egypt's getting smited with the plagues, it's so good. It's so powerful. Oh man, that's a wonderful, masterfully crafted movie. Here we go. Time to fight Ludwig, my favorite Koopling. I love his spiky blue, ridiculous hair. Look at him. Kind of like the battle with Roy. We're fighting him on the like the mast of the ship or whatever. Splits into 3, and we got to find the imposter among us, which is this one, because that one shot out 3 projectiles at us. The other 2 shot 2. Just Dragon Ball Z crap. Alright. Kill him. Thank you. Alright. One more hit, and he is donezo. I could have been more quick on the draw. I could have hit him both those times without him getting... Oh, I wasn't ready for him to mix it up. Well, he attacked again, so now I know where he's at. Nice, he's dead. Yeah, I love Ludwig. I like his voice. It's kind of sounds Australian. Weird. He doesn't really make words, but just his grunts. No. Oh. Like, I don't know. It's got almost an Australian twang to it, maybe. I don't know. I like Ludwig. He's cool. He's a cool guy. Peace out, Ludwig. No harm feelings, right, baby girl? Baby cakes. Alright. Now, we're not done with this episode yet, though. Save our progress. But, yeah, we'll go here. But what's this? Lo and behold. Could it be Bowser's airship? Heavens to Betsy, merciful heavens. Who could have anticipated this? Not me. Oh, he's about to get grabby. He's got that grabby hand. Stay away from my no-no square, Bowser. I did not consent to your groping. Where are you, Bowser Claw? Why is the sky green back there? Oh, Lord, there it is. It's the Ultra Groper 9000. Doesn't he eventually make a fist and, like, punch through the ground? I'm pretty sure he does, but not yet, apparently. Spin the fog away just for the fun of it. It's kind of satisfying. Oh, here he goes. And here comes the giant fist! Man. I did not expect to be fisted by Bowser today. Imagine, like, having to get, like, your yearly prostate exam, and the doctor's Bowser. So he's, you know, putting his gloves on those big meaty sausage fingers with a spike at the end of it, those claws, those talons. Just literally ripping you a new one as he... I'm not going to finish that sentence. I said earlier I want this to be a family channel, and now here I am going on about this. Okay, we got a little tilty platform here. They show up very late in the game, in World 7, and I think there's one of these in World 8. This was a big mechanic on the, you know, the Wii version of this game. And in that game, I think it appears as soon as, like, maybe the second level. Like, I feel like it's in, like, the first, like, underground level. You've got one of these moving platforms. You just tilt the Wii remote left and right. In this case, we're having to tilt the Pro controller. I thought there was an option or a way to use just like the L and R buttons instead, but it's not letting me. Maybe that's only if you're using a controller that doesn't support gyro, but this one does. So. A gyro was also a type of sandwich, right? Like a sub or a hoagie or something. Someone correct me if I'm wrong about that. Nice. Ourselves a 1-up. Gotta get a 1-up on the competition. Always 1-upping ourselves. Kill a Rocky Wrench. First appeared in Super Mario Bros. 3. Love myself a Rocky Wrench, not to be confused with its close cousin on the evolutionary chain, Monty Mole. I'd love to see someone make like a like an evolution chart of like all the Mario species. That'd be kind of fun. Like where it like branches out, common ancestors that they all share. Make a food chain, a food web, showing which Mario species eats which other Mario species on the pyramid, the hierarchy. But here we're fighting Bowser Jr. again. And I missed him. At least these platforms grow back, just add water. Okay, we got a bonk on him, we booped him. See, if I could throw that straight up, like in Super Mario World, then it would kind of be just like the final boss in Mario World with Bowser. He's in a clown car, just like... My God, I wasn't expecting that to have such far boppage. That really had some knockback to it. I actually thought I would just take damage, but no, instead it just knocks you back. Look at him, he's just standing there, menacingly. Just got that grabby hand, just like... kind of like King Dice in Cuphead, which just... Alright, let's get back into it. Let's get down to business to defeat Bowser Jr. Do we get a checkpoint right at the boss? Yeah, okay, good deal. Ooh, nice, we got a fire flower. I thought we'd just get a mushroom since we were tiny, but evidently not. Alright, let's kill him for real this time. Let's reel him for kill. Can't lose to Bowser Jr. He's a chump. He's a pushover. Come on now. I have questions about that hitbox. I'm not struggling on this. This is not really that difficult of a fight. Okay, Bowser. Bowser Jr., I should say. Hit me. Hit me with your best shot. Ow. Okay, maybe not your best shot. Maybe like your second best shot. Nice. Well, he's dead. We just murdered Bowser's son. Yeah, I'm sure he'll get over it. Kids are a liability anyway. More trouble than they're worth, right, big guy? Oh, never mind, he's fine. Oh. Oh, no. Stop it. No means no. And here comes the giant fish. Nice. You see what you do? Tisk, tisk. You done goofed, Bowser Jr. You made the rookie villain mistake of blowing up your own evil lair. And there he is, crashed into a lone field in Pennsylvania. Oh, he big mad. So is his ship sentient? Is it alive? Is that how it's able to emote like that? I don't know. It beats me. But we did it. That's another world in the books. So yeah, join us next time as we go into the unknown. Into the unknown. Into the unknown. Okay, that's enough of that. But yeah, thank you all so very much for watching. Please consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel. I would greatly appreciate it, more than you know. Like, way more. I'm really desperate for subscribers. Like, seriously, I'll give you my blood. Take anything you want. Just, please subscribe to the channel. Sorry, I hit the mic. That was probably really loud. No, if you want to, that'd be great. I'd greatly appreciate it. But no obligations. It's a free country. You do what you want to do. Thank you so very much for the support. I hope you will stick around for more videos in the future. We're about to wrap this game up, though. We're on the final world, in quotes, although there is a bonus world after this one. So like 2 more episodes, and we'll be done with our playthrough, and then we'll be moving on to some other game. I don't know what. We'll figure it out when we get there. We'll cross that bridge later. That bridge into the end of the no. Okay, that's enough. See you guys next time. Bye-bye.